This is the plaintiff, Keisha Mitchell. She says she and her brother got into an altercation and the defendant, his girlfriend, got herself involved in it. The hot-headed woman smashed her windows, put nails in her tires, and scratched up the side of her car. Well, now it's judgment day here in this court because she's suing the out-of-control girl for every penny of the $1,163 it's going to cost her to get everything fixed. This is the defendant, Hania Scott Mullins. She says she and the plaintiff used to be very close friends, but when the plaintiff and her brother start fighting, she knows to back off. She can't believe she's even here because she didn't touch the plaintiff's car, did not cause any damage to it, and isn't going to pay her any money because she did nothing wrong. She's accused of giving a car a good beating.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome in.
Okay, Keisha?
Yes.
Mitchell, you are suing your brother's girlfriend, Hania Scott Mullins, for $1,163 in damages that you say that you sustained as a result of her destroying your car.
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
On May 27th, I got into an altercation with my brother.
What does that mean, altercation?
I was putting him out my house for selling drugs and things of that matter. So, you know, we got into a little dispute earlier that day. My brother damaged my car when I called the police for him to get out of my house. You know, they were mad.
How did he damage your car?
He kicked it.
Did you see him kick it?
No, but I heard my alarm go off.
Okay.
However, after that was done, I made a police report. They came out. He left. After he left.
Did you make a police report about the damage to the car?
Yes, I did.
Do you have that with you?
No, I don't have that with me.
Okay.
They didn't give me a report. They just gave me a DC number.
Okay.
All right, after that was done and over with, they were calling my phone, making threats.
Who's they?
My brother and the girlfriend.
Okay. What were they saying?
He told me I wasn't getting my keys and, you know, he gonna come up there and harm me and my son and all of this stuff. And I went down there. He was at Hania's Scott house. And the car was parked a little bit from the house. On my way down there, I wanted my keys back, so I went to go damage his car, too, after I seen the damages on my car.
Okay.
And as I went to go damage the car, the cop seen me in the act of getting ready to damage his car with the bat in my hand.
With the what in your hand?
The bat in my hand.
A bat in your hand. Now I've got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not to scratch its car. It's because you got a bat in your hand that you're going to. So the police catch you in the act.
They catch me.
There you go. That's some police work. Go ahead.
They catch me in the act. They say, ma'am, I hope that's your car that you're about to damage. I said, no, it's not. It's my brother's car. We had an altercation earlier. I moved him out of my house from selling drugs, and they fought me and all that stuff against my son and all that. He was like,
what do you mean they fought you physically?
In my household, yeah, him and my mother.
Is this when you were putting him out?
Putting him out.
Were you putting your mother out too?
Yes, they were both in my household. They were coming to get the clothes and get out, but they ended up fighting me and my son.
How did they fight you and your son?
My mom punched me in the face, and my brother, he was kicking me and pushing on my son, and my son was trying to defend me too.
Okay, and did you tell the police about that?
Yes, I already have a report.
So is there a police report for that?
They wrote it down, but they don't give you a police report.
You didn't bother to go get the report is the problem, because you have to pick it up.
That's true.
Okay, so how old's your son?
My son is 5.
Okay.
So after that, we got down there. The police saw me in the act of going to go approach his car, so he stopped me. And so he said, well, what are you down here for? I said he'd been making threats to me, calling my house. Whatever the case, she had nothing to do with it. This was a family issue. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what we call it? Okay.
Yeah, this was a family situation that was going on between me and him. She comes out with a knife, threatening to stab me.
Wait, are the cops standing there when she comes out with a
Yes.
knife to threaten to stab you?
The cop
So
was
she
right
got
here.
arrested.
She didn't get arrested. She came out with the knife behind my brother, and then my brother turns her around like, no, go put that back. Go put that back.
Or the cop standing right there? Why didn't you scream and tell the cop, look, she has a knife? If you saw a knife.
She didn't come close to me. She just was coming out of the house. That my brother and my mom were outside of the house already.
I need you, this is not funny under any circumstance. You're her mother. And at best for you, she's lying, in which case this should be a sad state of affairs for you. And at worst for you, she's telling the truth, which would also be a sad state of affairs for you. Keep going.
So the cop told us, you know, after he ran the report and everything, he told us, you know, y'all better go home. He said, don't come back.
Who's y'all? You were with who?
Me and my girlfriend.
Are those the girlfriends that went with you with a bat to beat on his car?
Just one.
Which one?
Sharima Williams.
Nice going. Go on.
So I hear in the background my mom and my brother telling her mom and her to come up to my girlfriend's house and damage my car.
What's your mother mad at?
Because her son.
Because what?
Because I put him out.
Right, but if you put him out because he's dealing drugs,
Yeah.
why is your mother upset about that?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
No, you know. Is your mother dealing drugs?
Yes. I'll
So
be honest.
you were putting both of them out?
No, my mom don't live with me. She was
Okay.
coming to help him get his things.
How long has your brother been living with you?
About 6 years.
Was he paying rent?
Never paid rent a day in his life.
How old is he?
He's 25 years old.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Do you pay rent?
Yes, I do.
Do you pay all the rent there?
Yes.
And he has given you nothing in all these years?
Nothing.
Go on.
So after, 10 minutes went by, I hear, they calling my phone, this and that, we coming up there. So after I hung up the phone, I hear my alarm go off, and me and my girlfriends, I'm getting packed up. I'm like, we're taking my son.
What time of the day or night is it at this
This was
point?
like about 9, 10 o'clock,
Okay.
maybe. So we're going outside to the car, and they're damaging my car.
Who do you see damaging it?
Hania Scott.
And then what did you see her do?
She bust out the back window
How?
with a brick.
All right, and then how else did she damage your car?
She tore off the license plate and bent it up. And then she put a nail in my right back tire. I'm standing on the porch watching them do it while I'm on the phone with the cops.
Why don't you
telling them.
video it? You both have phones, and the phone has video, right?
Yes, but I was in shock. I should have,
So
but
what did you see?
I seen the brick go through my window. I seen her rip the tags off the back of my car, bend them up, and throw them into the middle of the street. And I seen her do the nail in the tire.
What's going on?
I was at work when the altercation between her and her brother came. I have my phone records right here of her calling me.
What
I
were
don't
they
know.
arguing about?
I have no clue.
Well, you know now because he's still your boyfriend, and you talked about it. What did he say they were arguing about?
I honestly don't
well,
know.
she
still
said,
to
well,
this
I do
day.
because she just told me, so now you can respond to it. She says that he's dealing drugs. She and,
But why- I don't-
and the mom are selling drugs, and she doesn't want them in her house.
I don't understand why she's upset with me. I'll say that. She
Okay.
called me. She's saying, I don't like you. Your boyfriend need to get out my house. That has nothing to do with me. Like I said, you don't like me? Call him. Don't call me. And I hung up on her. She's saying she does not like me. That's fine. I don't have anything to do with what's going on
Why
with
was
him.
she throwing out your boyfriend?
He's telling me the same thing I'm telling you. She's mad because she does not like me.
Okay. So the police go out there to your place?
Yeah, they caught her.
They did catch her.
Yes.
Okay. So now, if she in fact did damage and the police caught her doing damage, why wasn't she arrested? Okay. If you want to talk, I need you to get up. Get up, please. Stand up and come to the microphone.
Which one?
No, you cannot. You, brother, you, come to the microphone. All right. Let me hear from you. What is your name?
Keyshawn Mitchell.
Keyshawn.
Mitchell.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, why didn't the police just arrest her if they supposedly they caught her damaging your car?
They didn't do nothing. All they did was turn the lights on and pull it over.
Okay. Your answer is the police caught her driving a bat into your car and then say, yeah, we're not going to arrest her for it. Okay, let's move on from this. So now she leaves. According to her, after that, you went over to her place and damaged her car.
She did not see me damage her car. I did not go to this house. This girl has so many enemies. She just pointing it at me. She got into an argument with her mom's boyfriend that same morning over $5. So how do she not know if he got somebody to damage her car? She did not see me. I did not see her. I have call phone records. I was in my house. She did not see me.
What records do you have?
Of her and her friend Sharia calling my phone back to back to back.
Back to
harassing
back
me.
to back.
Yes.
Let me see it. Why was she throwing you out of? Did you live there rent free for 6 years?
Kind of, sort of. But I was with my mom too, so
No.
it wasn't the whole 6 years. It
That's
wasn't
a
the whole
lie.
6 years.
Okay, but why aren't you pulling your weight?
It was never a big issue. It never came at me like this. It never was a big issue.
Well, it's a big issue.
Well-
It is a big
Selling
issue.
drugs
How do you
around
not,
my son.
somebody who's paying your rent for X number of years, who's that good to you, like how did it get this bad between you two?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I
What's she
really
mad
don't.
at?
I really
She's
don't know.
willing to tell me. She says you're selling drugs.
Listen, I don't.
I am listening. I'm just not hearing anything.
I don't. don't sell drugs out of our house. I don't do none of that. I don't.
Have
I don't
you been
even
arrested for selling drugs?
Yes.
How many times? How many times?
Like 3 or 4. Right.
I can't hear you.
Like 3 or 4.
Okay. Do you have children?
Yes, 1.
Is this news to you, what he just said about being arrested 3 or 4 times?
No, I know he's been arrested previously.
Does he work?
He's working on getting a job right now.
How long have you been working on getting a job? How many years?
I've been working. I just came home like last year, but I got.
You know what? Have a seat. I want to hear from your mother since she can't be quiet. Come on up.
I know everything.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You know everything. Come on up.
Excuse me, Your Honor, for talking out of hand or whatever. It was just getting to me, okay? Because my son just got out of jail like a year ago.
For what?
For selling drugs, and he came to her address to live. He haven't been living there for 6 years.
Why didn't you go to your address?
Because I had.
Do you have any convictions for selling drugs?
No, I'm 54 years old. Nothing. I look like this because they stress me like this.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Anyway, this what happened. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna talk real quick. She called me early that day because my boyfriend owed her $5 for something. He didn't give it to her. She came to my house. I put her out my house. I said, stop getting in my house like this. An hour later, she called me. She said, Mom, Keyshawn got to get out my house. I called him. I said, Keyshawn wants you to move out her house. I said, come and get me. I said, take me up there and we'll get your stuff and bring it to my house. We went up there. We came in and we were bagging it up. They both started saying stuff to each other.
Did he damage her car?
No. We were in the house getting the stuff.
Were you there when she went over to their place?
Yeah, I was there. I was everywhere.
Did you see her damagaging his car?
Yes.
You
We
saw
heard
it?
We were upstairs. I
You
was
saw it or
breaking
you heard it? Which is
no, we heard it. We didn't see nothing. Miss, can I finish?
Okay,
So
all right.
the police
I
asked.
have one last question for you. After she leaves and the police leave and the two of you are at her place, what time did you leave to go home?
Around about I don't know, 11 or something like that.
So when you left, did he stay there?
My son?
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat. We're done with your testimony. That
Okay.
means you don't talk anymore.
All right.
Son, come back up.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you kick a freeloading relative out of your house?
More than likely.
How long does a relative get to stay before they just lose their welcome?
I would say maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks? How long before you throw them out if they're just kind of freeloading off you?
It depends on their situation.
Oh, that's okay. You're dodging. How long? You know what? It's
half a year.
half a year.
Because what if there's actually a situation why they need to freeload?
God, you are going to be such a soft touch to some slacker in your life, some fourth cousin. Don't do that. Don't do that going inside the courtroom.
You said that you had phone records to show them burning up your phone. Let me see that.
It's up
And
there.
do you have a police report from your car being all, that's the no that you gave me, that you have no police report about your car being all scratched
Only
up?
thing I got is pictures and the DC number, the slip, but they never gave me nothing else.
Let me see what you've got. Hand it to Douglas, please.
Let's see.
Were you there when she supposedly came back?
Yes,
We all
we
were.
were all there. Misha,
Do you have a telephone?
I have a telephone.
Why
yeah.
is nobody, if somebody's watching the time it takes to damage that car, which is happening with the nail, I saw her put a nail in, I saw her do this. I mean, it takes a while to get that nail in that tire. Why is no one picking up their phone and videoing it for me to see?
We were going to the car to leave, and I've come out to see them damaging my car.
Exactly. You come out and you see the damage to your car. Don't tell me that somebody who takes this picture does not know how to video someone who purportedly is spending at least 5 minutes in their presence damaging the car.
Can I speak?
No, you can't. I would expect that if you walk out and you are able to personally witness somebody drive a nail into a tire, throw a brick through a back window, damage your front window, and yet nobody videos her doing it. You know what I think happened? I think that she trash talk at that house when you were there more than he did. He was probably trying to diffuse things and she was probably really getting in your grill. And you assume it was her who did it when you came out, and you may be right. She may very well have done it, but when I'm sitting in a court of law, I need evidence. I don't find that there's sufficient proof in this case for me to find she did it. And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying you didn't. I just don't find that there's sufficient proof here for me to conclude that she did and rule against her. Therefore, my verdict is for the defendant.
Well, did she or didn't she? The judge is not sure. Step over here, if you would, face this way. But there's just not enough evidence for you to win your case.
It's okay. They're liars and they cheated, and I believe that she did it. I seen her with my own eyes.
You wish you had gotten a video of this happening when it happened?
Yes. At the time, we were just focusing on our kids. Like I said, we're single parents. It was a bunch of kids in the house when this happened.
This family. We just listened to a whole case about this family. It's sad.
Dysfunctional is sad, but I'm still going on with my life at the end of the day.
Well, can this family heal itself?
Never. They could never come back. Thank you.
All right, so step on in here. What's your feeling about what you just heard, Ed,
She
from the
got what
judge?
she deserved. She shouldn't have lied. I didn't touch her car. She know I didn't. She told so many lies in there. That's on her.
It's your family. Is it too far gone, or can you begin to heal this thing?
I mean, everything could be healed, but I'm moving on to it, man. Yeah.
All right, over to Harvey.
Okay, this is real simple. There may be a motive here, but what the plaintiff has to do is tip the scales ever so slightly, proving the case. And guess what? Scales didn't tip. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.